to approve the minutes.
Second, all in favor of approving the minutes from February 18th? Say aye.
Aye.
They are approved. Sign those in a moment. Moving on to item D, public hearing for the 2026 budget for Lincoln Township. I'll go ahead and open the public hearing for this. And if anybody wishes to speak, go ahead.
So I'll go ahead and share the information for the public and all that. So we did advertise the budget for 2026. The document is available, it's been published. We are showing a total estimated budget of $492,350 for the 2026 budget, which is allocated as $10,000 in rainy day, $178,300 in general, $271,450 in township assistance, and $32,600 in the parks. And I sent this out to the board earlier, the material, but I do have copies of the budget on how we have the expenditures. If anybody needs a copy of our expenditures, you can have a copy of our expenditures that allocated the breakdown for next year's budgeting process. One of the probably bigger items that we have is going to be in township assistance. So later on today, we're going to talk about additional appropriation for housing. This past year, under assistance, we were at $100,000, and this next year we're budgeting $180,000 for township assistance for housing. We keep increasing the number of residents that are in need and meeting guidelines. So we are going to bump that one up, and then we will continue to have fire service building in the budget of $60,000 as part of our general line budget. For township assistance, for the clerical, we did budget a salary increase. We'll take care of that at our next meeting. When we have a budget salary hearing for them. I did not increase the salary of the trustee or any of the board members for next year. I left that at the same amount. So, anybody has a question on the revenue side? We are projecting revenue from our lit. So we will project the revenue from lit, and that's with the revenue calculations. And the final document is the statements of the tax rate. So, the tax rate that is being proposed for 2026 is going to be 0.0029, which will fall under township assistance for the tax rate. This past year we were at 0.0024, so it's split up just like half of it will sit there, not even a half of a cent, so just a small amount, but we are still dropped down from where we were previously, and so we're allocating it for the tax to go towards the assistance, and the lit will handle the general and the other areas. So just remember, for lit, allocation is 50% to general, 50% to parks. We don't allocate any, 50% to general and 50% to assistance. We do not
That makes more
allocate,
sense.
we're not allocating any more to parks.
Sorry.
Okay.
So, have another meeting next month to approve the budget.
On the 22nd.
Yes.
Okay. So, that information, any comments from members? Okay, in that case, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing for 2026 budget for Lincoln Township. And move on to item E, which is a public hearing for additional appropriations for township assistance and general funds. So I'll go ahead and open up that public hearing.
So this request is, for housing, for township assistance of $70,000, for additional allocation. We budgeted $100,000 for, housing. We're close to that already, so, hopefully we will be able to, meet the 70,000. Fire territory, there's a request from the chief for Brownsburg Fire Territory to, handle the capital project, that they have, and so, Brown Township and Lincoln Township is looking to potentially assist with that, so, that's what those two requests are for additional appropriation.
Okay. Is there any comments or anything you wish to provide? Now's the chance.
I can talk about the request we've made for the $250,000 at Station 133, which is a station up off 650 and 1000. We're wanting to put a 1,200 square foot addition onto the building for a workout facility and some little bit of storage. The current workout area they have there is very small. Firefighters like to work out as teams, and they have 6 people there, and there is no way you're going to fit 6 people in their workout room right now. The 1,200 square foot new facility, we put it on par basically the other 2 stations we have, as far as in size. They'll get the equipment in there they need to work out with. And, basically, we're putting a brick pole barn attached to the building because it's going to be no ceiling in it. It's just strictly a workout area. There'll be a water fill station for the bottles, and then a lot of outlets for the equipment they use. So it's a pretty scaled down project, but based on the preliminary pricing we got, including all fees and design, and we're looking around $500,000 total.
How are they currently doing this? Are they doing cycles with this?
Yeah, basically,
facility or?
2 or 3 of them can get in at a time
Right.
comfortably, and that's what they do. They just kind of go in their space. The other 2 stations, this one and the one up north, have the advantage they can all go at the same time if they want to, and have the entire crew in there working out together.
And this is station number 3, correct?
Station 133,
Which is over off the 56th Street area.
56 1000, just north of there.
Which is a good, busy station that's.
And we've already talked to several architects and designers. It's all doable. You know, nothing appears to stand in the way of doing this. And the designer's architect would handle the work with the county, because that is in the county, so it would not go through the town. Go through the county, they'll handle that part.
Now, is this just for the construction, or is this also for equipment?
Equipment we have.
You have
They've got equipment sitting in the spare room right now they can't use. They got a treadmill and something else. It won't even fit in the room. I mean, it is a tight room. It's not much bigger than this.
Okay.
No,
It's,
pretty close.
and you imagine trying to fit treadmills and ellipticals and bikes and then the weight machines and free weights. It's just,
Not enough room? Okay.
so it would be greatly appreciated if the township would consider paying for half of this. Like I said, Brown is willing to pay for the other half of it. And the firefighters would definitely appreciate it.
I definitely think there's benefits to working out together, holding each other accountable. And, yeah,
Plus the
definitely.
health benefits of it.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Since there's no other members of the public present to speak, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Item F, which is Resolution 2025-5, Township Assistance and General Funds Additional Appropriation. So, we have the additional appropriation resolution here. It's presented to us previously. Do you have any questions, comments? Take a motion to approve it.
Questions? Comments? No? Okay. I can certainly make a motion
To approve?
to approve this resolution. Yeah.
Okay.
25.
I'll go ahead and second that, and it would be appropriate if we have any further questions, comments, to address those now.
So these are just setting the funds aside with the availability, so it's not a commitment right now, so we'll bring that back for you once we get the estimates and everything.
Okay.
If we do need to, we will bring that forward. We'll keep you updated, as Chief works through the Brown Township and getting the estimates and those materials.
So the first step would be getting the contract signed with an architect design firm. Yeah, so we've met with 4 or 5 of them, and we'll get one of those selected, and then the rest of the money goes toward the construction.
So to be clear, it's just Lincoln Township saying we have the money available and it has been appropriated and for future use. Okay. All in favor of approving this, resolution, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Resolution has been approved. Brings us to item G, Brownsburg Fire Territory Update.
Well, as you know, our main ladder was involved in a rollover accident, a while back. It is up in, up north, yeah, the FSI, which is the dealer for E1. E1's where the truck came from. They've got authorization from the insurance to start disassembling the truck, see what's damaged behind the scenes. Right now, there's no indication that it will get totaled. It was a slow rollover, so while there's body damage, and it definitely will need a new cab, and the top section of the ladder will have to be replaced because it got bent. Basically went outside, it fell on the guide wire, and you don't understand really how strong those are. It bent the ladder, the top
Was
flight
it a
section.
sharp turn or what?
It was a hill, and it was out there, 550, just south of the park there. You take a hill, it's a curve at the same time, and been raining, you know, it's been fairly newly paved, and then you put hot weather, and then you put water on it, you got real slick, and getting off the road, and there was a slow roll in on its side. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. They all got sent for evaluation, but other than a couple scrapes and a bruise, everybody was okay, back to next shift. So that's kind of where we're at with it. Hopefully we'll know something in another week or so when we get it disassembled and put behind the compartments. And so far we know right now, need that new piece of ladder and the new cab. Unfortunately, they have one of those cabs in Florida that he won. It's just the shell, and then they take everything out of this cab, mounted in this one, so.
What's the impact been without that?
Unfortunately, we have a pretty good reserve truck.
Good.
So we have not missed a beat. We was on without a ladder truck for about 24 hours, because the reserve ladder is actually up in Whitestown getting its maintenance and getting some things repaired on it. So they picked it up the next day and went right back in service. Obviously, we can't carry all the equipment we carry on the big one, but we're fairly close. It's kind of packed to the gills, but still safe to operate. But it's a pretty good truck. It's same year as the main ladder, so.
Same size
Yeah.
ladder?
It's a 100-foot stick, but it's on a single axle versus a tandem. So you can see you can't put quite as much equipment on it. We do have a new ladder on order.
Yeah.
We're still 3.5 years away.
Sure. I was just gonna ask, I mean, I know you don't know where the damage is, so you can't really forecast, you know, how quickly they can fix this. Or have they given you any indication?
Typically, if it's a repair, it's about 12 months. And I asked about that, they said it would be 12, 14 months on this one. You know, it's really time consuming to take everything out of the old cab and
Yeah.
mount it in the new shell. There's a lot of wiring, a lot of work.
What would a projected time be if they did go ahead and total it? We have to get another one.
Well, we're working 3.5 years.
It's the 3.9.
Yeah. Yeah, we've already checked with, the company that's manufacturing the tiller for us, and they have a ladder coming off the line, but it would not meet our needs. And you're still, you know, they call them program trucks. You're still a couple $1 million for that. And we definitely don't have the money to spend $2 million on that, and then 2.4 on the
Yeah.
tiller, so. But it does not have the storage space we would need. It's got less storage space than what we have, so.
Kudos to you guys for making do with what you have.
Good reserve trucks,
Right.
because you never know when you're gonna have to jump into them.
Anything on 4?
So, at the Station 134, at the board meeting tomorrow night, we introduced a contract to sign to hire the owner rep, which is kind of the person that represents us on issues when we pick the builder. Been projects in where it's almost invaluable to have that people, their people go out there and also probably helps keep us in line when we start screaming at the contractors, cause they're doing it wrong. They're the ones that kind of represent you there, but, the first thing they'll do is write an RFP
Yeah.
to hire the architect and, the design team. So if they prove that tomorrow night with the contract signed, and with the RFP sent out, we'll get, moving on the design of the firehouse. We also applied for a SAFER grant, which is a staffing grant. We asked for 15 firefighters to be covered. I think our team did a great job writing the grant and then the justifications. Again, you're competing against lots of other fire departments. One thing that'll help us a little bit this year is because it was strictly for new hires. In the past, you could do it for new hires or keep current employees you got, and they did away with that part of it this year, so that will cut back the number of applicants by some, but we also are going to try to do a levy appeal. This is the last year we can do it. That would gain us about 1.6 million. It pretty much covers the cost of 15 people. So we're hoping between the two, we'll be able to hire the people for the new station. And then it'll be a lengthy process. I mean, we have an established list now to hire from, but, you know, they have to get through an academy and get that many people through the whole every step. And then they'll be hired on board before the station would open, which is what we want, because then we get them integrated to the Brownsburg way of doing business. And then when the station's open, that's one less thing I'll worry about. And originally they were going to be placed on the reserve ladder to run on it, but that's not an option now, so we'll be on a reserve pumper running out, so they'll still be going on calls once they get hired, but it makes a lot less stressful as we go open that station. We'll have some seasoned and experienced people, at least with a year of experience under the belt.
Good luck with that and hiring new talent.
It is, we have, we're gonna probably end up with 7 new hires this, right now, in Township, Speedway, I think that's it. So we have 4 departments in this county, so 7 will be ours. We're losing 2 to Carnival. We just can't compete against their pay, it's crazy. But another, we've had retirements and so fill those spots. So.
Any other updates or?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so move on to item H, capital.
So, there's a new guidelines that requires us to come up with a capital plan. And that was kind of also brought up during our recent review with the State Board of Accounts. So we needed to get a capital project list put together. So we have to have that completed by September 30th. So we will, start working on some of those. I know, these are from our general fund. So it comes out of our general, so we'll need to work on that funding. Statute says whatever's kind of, at the end of 2026 could go to the town or the county for roads. There's a percentage amount that could go, whatever's not, spent or allocated to, roads for the town or county. So we need to work on that to finalize that in the next month. Some projects that I've got on the radar is, cemetery. We have some headstones that have been damaged, in accidents. They need to have some updates to them and repairs. Then we can also price out a sidewalk, for the, in front of the cemetery.
We talked about that, yeah.
And another project is to talk to the fire territory to see if there's any other capital expenditures that needs to be completed that would benefit the Lincoln Township and the residents of the territory. So we can, follow up with Chief Alcorn and his staff to see if there's any capital projects that would benefit for the fire territory and be ensure that we have safety and service provided to the residents. So we will, that will be a, project, at our next meeting on September 22nd. There will be a public hearing, for that one also. So it has to be a public hearing to approve that capital project list. So we will be doing that at the September meeting.
Okay. So if there's any other potential capital projects think of, give it to him before the next meeting. Consideration. Unfinished business. What do we have on that list?
I don't think we started the State Board of Accounts review at the last meeting, so we'll throw that into the new business.
Okay. Since we have unfinished business, we'll move to item J, new business.
Just FYI, the State Board of Accounts is doing the review. They've been doing for 4-year review, so they're wrapping that up. You should be getting an email communication that closing meeting will be scheduled here in the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
So we will be getting that.
Does need a member of the board to be present again?
So
Okay.
we will need a board member to be. in
Barring
attendance.
anything unusual, I should be available.
Yeah, but all board members will be invited to
Okay.
that closing session.
Have they mentioned any findings or anything at this point, or is that too soon?
Just the capital plan, that they're going to make sure we have a capital plan
Okay.
put together, so. That's the one
We will do that.
We will have one put together.
Okay. Any other new business? Trustee?
I have none.
No.
Okay, I have none either, so that brings us to adjournment.
Do we need to sign this sheet before we do that? Or should
Yeah, we can do it at the end.
Again, okay. Yep, I make a motion to move, or I make a motion to,
To adjourn.
to adjourn.
Okay, so we
Today.
have a motion and a second here, so we will adjourn. Thank you very much. It is at 5:22.